Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Alienware Summer's End Cup. I'm LD. I am joined here by fucking Mad, or Mad, also known as Seb, and we're going to be bringing you our last match of the initial round, the round of 8. Single limb format here. It's Power Rangers with a retooled roster taking on the Ninjas in Pajamas. Hey, Seb, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. I'm always hyped for quality Dota, so that's another match that I can watch and cast this time around, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't done European Dota much lately. I was over in Southeast Asia, so I'm kind of getting used to the new rosters and seeing the slight differences in regional styles. But I mean, at this point, the patch I guess is quite figured out by everyone, so we're seeing pretty much the same heroes.
Yeah, definitely. The drafts are a bit similar. From time to time, you see different heroes, so it might happen also with those teams, especially with PR. Like they're very versatile as a team. But yeah, as you said, the meta is a bit the same.
Are you excited for 6.85?
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't wait for it. Actually, I'm kind of bored with those. Lina Co-op, you see all of them, they're all here. Some of them are
Yeah,
banned.
yeah, or your bounty hunters and less Shreks. I mean,
Yeah,
it is
it's
pretty
kind of always.
figured out in that sense. But well, Seb, talk to me about these teams here. So NiP, I think one of the teams that was probably closest in Europe to making it to TI. They just fell barely short in the qualifiers. They look pretty good going in. Obviously, you played against them quite a bit when you were on Alliance. Have you scrimmed them much? So how do you feel like the NiP is looking right now? And then also for Power Rangers, what are your thoughts on the two teams?
I think NiP is looking pretty strong right now. I think they improved a lot as a team recently. I mean, during the break and recently they started the season with a very different playstyle, I'd say. I feel like they're just better at Dota in general. Like last season, I'd say they were a very strong team because they had very good chemistry and they were very disciplined. But some teams would outsmart them, I'd say, with their game plan and would just play around them. This time around, like this season, it's a bit different. I feel like they're just better, they're just smarter at playing Dota, which makes them even scarier. So I'd say they're definitely gonna be one of the best European teams this season. That's how I feel about NiP right now.
And you know the interesting thing
As
is they've kept the same roster here. They haven't made they haven't made
definitely,
changed anyone, right? I know there was like a tweet from someone who got one of their players got their Twitter account hijacked. I think it was Jonas Fan.
yeah.
Or he's trolling it. He tweeted like, "Oh, I'm leaving NiP," but he is still with them. So this is like one of the only teams in the world actually that's near a top level that did not change rosters.
Yeah, I think there's NiP and VP so far, pretty much. I think
And
that's pretty
CDEC.
much
I
it.
think those are the only three teams that come to
CDEC, yeah.
mind.
Yeah, definitely. And no, but I think it's a very good thing for them, especially because they were very like seemed like they liked and they enjoyed to play together, also with the way they play Dora. So it was quite interesting to see, and I'm really looking forward to see how good NiP can be. They recently lost to Vega in the ESL New York qualifier in the finals. It was a pretty close match, to be honest. I think it was 2-1 and could have went either way, but yeah. So they're looking to bounce back, but I mean they definitely looked really strong.
And you know the interesting thing is just how like it feels like Europe is very very tightly contested now. You know, Secret's no longer the same roster. They've reformed, so it remains to be seen how good they're going to be. They haven't even played a competitive match with the new roster, at least not an official, because they
No,
got
not
directly
yet.
invited to ESL and MLG. So we
Yeah.
don't know if there's a top dog lurking there. VP is the one team that's remained the same. And you mentioned Vega, who took down NiP, but then you also have oh god, I'm going to butcher the Germany and Fufen Young's Kuroki's team
Yeah,
that
it's
just
really
beat
hard.
them yesterday. So
Yeah.
it's really all over
No,
the
I mean
place right
right now
now.
the European scene is very, yeah, as you said, there's a lot of good teams, lots of good players overall. Like it's actually very hard to know which teams are the best at the moment. There's also this monkey business team that we haven't seen anything from yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah. So there's still a lot to see, I guess. And as for Power Rangers, I mean they have a new roster with actually very talented players that people might not know so much yet. But I do think that they have five really good players on Power Rangers side, and they're practicing a lot, like every day for hours and hours. I can tell.
And a lot of the teams are not all the teams are doing that, right? It's only certain teams that are
No,
really like dedicated and scrimming a lot right now.
certain teams are screaming a lot since like 2 or 3 weeks, and some are just starting or screaming a bit. Power Rangers is definitely on the side of the teams that play minimum. I'd say 6 hours a day of scrims. You know, I don't know.
Pretty much
if they
every
play
day.
every
Like
day,
maybe they take a
almost
day off
every
on the
day. Yeah.
weekend, or okay.
It's quite impressive. Like they play a lot. Like they definitely want to be ready for the season, and yeah, we'll see. That's one of the big tests for them.
All right. So looking at the draft here, everything, nothing too surprising. The one hero that NiP pick up, which I have not seen really at all since TI, well, once in a while, is the Naga Siren. Now,
Yeah.
I remember when you were on the panel, you're doing the grand finals. Like AUI's Naga was such a big aspect of the draft. It doesn't seem like
Yeah,
Naga's
it was.
really been all that high priority. Is that just because of the teams that have been playing lately, or?
Yeah, I
What
think
do you
it's
think
just
it is?
like the team's preference right now. I think Naga is still one of the best heroes in the game, and it's also one of the best heroes in an aspect people aren't using. If you have a very good Naga core player, there are drafts where the opponent need to take that into account, because if they don't, they can just, you know, suddenly you're out drafted because you actually didn't think of it, and then suddenly they run a Naga core, or the Naga support get a bit more farm, get a radiance, and eventually play around those illusions. But I just feel that Naga is a great hero to.
You
But
have
I'd
like
say
that.
it's for the best teams.
You have like that ambush potential in the draft, is what you're saying, basically, where you just catch them off guard, and all of a sudden, hey, guess what?
There's
Carry
this-
Naga. You have no way to deal with it.
Yeah. That's just an aspect that's a bit underused, but overall, even without that, just the Naga support is just it's just so hard. You know, for example, especially versus heroes like Darkseer or whatever, because you're just gonna bait them to use their spells, and you just sleep, and then suddenly they have nothing, and you can just also use the fact that they're out of position. I mean, it's such a good hero. It's such a reliable. I feel like it's like a safety net. You know, probably the best safety net you can have in Dota.
Oh, I see what you did there. The Bloodseeker will get banned out now, so they're trying to deny this vacuum into Bloodright combo with a fissure over the top.
And by the way, those are the two teams that I know of, like that I know that right now play and practice Huskar core. And I don't know if you met that Huskar in pubs, but he's my
Oh
nightmare.
god, he's growing in popularity for sure.
That dude that just takes your base and you can just watch him, and he just goes for your base minute 10. I mean, but those teams, both PR and NiP, actually plays Huskar.
And, you know, I was casting with Gods, and he likened the Huskar to like a Broodmother 5th pick, and I think that's a really good way to look at it. Like if if your draft isn't ready for this hero and it comes out last. Speaking of which, Brood is available. Probably not that
Definitely.
good this game, but yeah, then the game could be over just from the draft almost.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those heroes, and they went for the Slark. I guess it's quite a good Slark game. I mean, co-op is good versus Slark early on, like extremely good actually versus Slark.
This is the
the
Dityar
other heroes
classic.
are-
You know, he loves this hero.
Yeah, and yeah, it's definitely. I mean, Slark Darkseer is just a very scary combo, honestly. Early on for the supports, like there is no way any of those heroes can survive 1 pound with Slark Iron Shell. It's way too much damage. I mean, probably the co-op if he blinks out, but I like the. I mean, you know, this Lina Shaker / Shaker co-op combo is something teams are just using every game right now. It's like whoever faces the Shaker +1 is in trouble mid, so it's gonna be a tough lane for the co-op for sure.
And
they went for
interestingly,
the
we're going to
troll.
see a troll now as the 5th pick. I cast one troll in SCA lately, I think. Oh, no, actually it was in Europe. I cast a troll yesterday, and he ended up winning. So,
Yeah.
then again, he was against, oh god, who was it? It's a hero that
It
is
was
not...
the 4 clubs versus Alliance, right? It was the versus Snakes.
Yeah, it was versus Lifestealer, that's right. And they didn't have a great
Yeah.
vehicle for the Lifestealer. It was...
I mean, honestly,
Rough
I
game.
feel like Troll versus Stark is it's a very skilled. I mean, duo. I mean, 1 vs 1 carry. I don't know. I feel like Slark can do well versus Troll because you can remove, I guess, the T-Sarm if you use your first spell correctly, and also obviously if Slark is not invis or whatever, Troll just destroy him auto attacking him, right? But I feel like it can go both ways. It just depends on the players, I guess. My point is that a very good Slark is gonna destroy an average Troll, and the other way around as well works. So I'm really not sure. I'm looking forward to see how it's gonna match up. We haven't seen those heroes so much lately, so.
Yeah, so a little spice here to round things out in the draft, and I guess worth mentioning, it's not the Dityar Slark. He will be handling the Lina, so... I mean, when I first started casting this guy, it was when they were just picking Slark every game, like even first pick and winning with it, and to the point where teams started banning it first phase.
Yeah, he used to play carry, but now he's mid for PR, and the carry player is Jakal. So yeah, I mean the new addition for PR this season is Bignum. He's an extremely skilled player. Like there's this FPL league that's running right now, and it's quite active, and he's very active in there. So all the players kind of know about him. Like he's a very, very good player and all-rounder as well. He plays support for PR, but he can play anything.
All right. Well, Mad, let's get into it. Best of 3 here. Should be an exciting match. Arc Power Rangers taking on NiP. So we've got Jackal on the Slark. Big Num will be handling the Rubik. We've got De'Ara on the Lina mid, as you mentioned. So Clutch will be your Earthshaker. And to the off lane goes Till I Collapse. Do want to point out he TP'd down here right away. Got the ward down deep in the enemy woods. And we see a lot of these TP wards nowadays.
It's done a lot. Till I Collapse is Cheshire Cat, and So Clutch is J4. I mean, yeah, those TPs, a lot of supports also TP in order to prevent it. I mean, I feel like when you're Radiant, TPing is very important because 2 sentries aren't enough to D-ward. I mean, it's kind of a gamble. Whereas when you're Dire, it doesn't matter so much because the camp is very easy to D-ward. Okay.
So on the opposing side, we've got NiP, Seal Kid, will be handling your Scarith Mage. Era on the Troll, used to be an Era signature hero. Jonas Umfan will be playing the Clockwork in the off lane. That puts Hanskin on the support Naga. And who did I miss here? Did I miss somebody? Yeah, Mr.
Limp
Anderson on the Queen of Pain, or Limp.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure the Darkseer, actually, they did it against us in scrims. I'm pretty sure he TP'd to the mid tower and
he ran this way.
Yeah. Because he expected the support to TP and plays the lane ward, and when he does this, then the support actually thinks it's not warded at all, but it is actually blocked.
Oh, you're right.
So
that's pretty clever.
Yeah, it's very clever. So, and it really messes with you because you miss at least 2 minutes, right? Because by the time you realize it's actually blocked and everything. They're gonna go for dual lanes, look like, and Hans can stop with the Naga.
So dual melees here up against a Rubik Slark. Big Num's going to run in, but I don't know if he realized that there's 2 here. Well, he's going to start tanking his auto attacks. Actually, he does have the ward, so I guess he did know.
Yeah, he has boots, but I mean, Slark is going to take a lot of harassment. It's not going to be an easy lane for him. And I like the decision from NiP to go aggressive because they know that the Shaker wants to sit mid with the Lina, as we said in the draft. It's a very scary combination for the co-op to face. So they're like, okay, you want to shut down the co-op? Well, we're just going to shut down the Slark. So you're going to have to decide with Shaker if you want to secure a good game for the Slark or for the Lina.
Meanwhile, off in the Dire off lane, things not going so great here. He's taking a lot of harass from the Skywrath Mage. Just trying to... He actually has gotten a level 2 at least, so that's good for him. But under heavy harassment, so they will bring the Shaker top in the end. Do you see any kill potential here with this tri-lane?
Yeah, definitely. I think they can easily kill one of them. They need a bit more levels.
Let's test that theory. Beautiful fissure after the lift, catching out Jonas Umfan. He does get out of tower range. He eats treats the tree. Now getting the cogs out, could continue tango his way out. He does have to expend all his tangos, and the Shaker's still there to block him in. Ends up being the first blood. Oh, good effort to escape, but not good enough. And it will be Power Rangers getting on the board here.
Yeah, really unfortunate for the Slark. I mean, sometimes with the Fisher, the pathing is really hard to predict, and the Slark wasted all his mana and wasted the bounce. Really good play though from J4. It's a good first blood to get, but the Slark is a bit in trouble in this lane, to be honest. He has 2 last hits, he's out of mana. I really feel like Slark is gonna struggle.
Gets his clarity cancelled as well here, and the Clockwork has been the one CSing here so far. Already 6-0. Naga mostly focused on harassment, and Jonas Umfan closing out the boots, it looks like. So the dual lane's still putting a lot of pressure on the Slark, like you're pointing out, even though they get the kill there. It does require a 3-hero rotation.
Yeah, it's very smart laning from NiP, and they finally found the ward bottom, so he's going to be able to get a bit more XP on the Skyrath. I like his decision, by the way. I think it's very smart from Steel Kid. He just, like the Darkseer was bottom, he just forced him out of the lane, and as soon as he realized that the Darkseer might go woods because he's not getting so much, he could come back bottom as well, which he's doing actually. But then he just D-wards just in case, you know, he can get away with being a bit greedy and pulling. But his priority is definitely to shut down the Darkseer, which is definitely the right choice.
That's where having the lane ward is nice as well, because you can scout when he's coming back, and he sees him immediately and start harassing again.
That lane ward also, he plays that one because it's also mainstream norm for offlaners to start with a sentry. Just D-ward the normal lane ward, and that one is the one you place when you're afraid that he might get a sentry, level 1.
Okay, so it's just like farther away from the lane, so like the normal sentry is what, like around here or so? Something like that?
Exactly. Yeah,
gotcha.
You could place it more on the right or on the left, but I mean, you just want to make sure you have the lane ward versus the Darkseer. And you actually need it because he pushes out the lane, so you might never see it. They are setting up.
You mentioned the Shaker-Lina combo, and they are going to connect with the stone. One more auto tech. Very well done there by So Clutch to get the kill.
It's extremely scary for the co-op because the co-op can never trade with the Lina. As soon as it starts trading, even under his tower, like we see, he just dies instantly. So he kinda have to let Lina win the lane, you know? And it's very frustrating for a mid player. Just let the other guy bully you because
Because he might be there. That's the worst part. He doesn't even have to actually be there. It's just, he could be, so you can't be aggressive.
You need a ward. Yeah. The best way to deal with it is to have a ward. You just need a ward to see where Shaker's gonna be. He's most likely gonna be on the left, right? Since he's running in between safe lane and mid. So having that ward, let's say, on the hill, on the left of the mid tower, it's definitely the best.
Yeah, some fun. Getting caught out of here. They got the pounce off from Jackal. Follow-up Fade Bolt. Enough for the kill. Good rotations coming out from Power Rangers. Maybe going to be able to find an additional one here. They have the Enchant Totem stun. Doesn't look like they'll be able to stay in range. So they continue to find the kills top.
The Shaker roaming got them 3 kills, and they really needed the stop because the Slark is not having such a good time. You can see like the Troll is, I mean, he got up nicely, but he's still a bit behind. Those kills are going to help him. Actually on Slark, I feel like XP is even better than farm first levels. Because he can just go to the jungle when he's level 6.
He goes pouncing again. He's got the level 3 Dark Pact here. Young Samfan trapped out a bit. Fissure comes through. Need a little more damage. But interestingly, Mad, we used to see mostly the Pounce build where you max that first, but he is maxing Dark Pact. Is this just so he can jungle more? Or
yeah, it is really so he can jungle, and he's probably going to give the lane to the supports, one of the supports, so they can get levels. It's definitely the way to play Slark, I think, right now. Especially when you get pressured like this. Like, he doesn't want to stand versus the Clockwork that's getting a good game. If it's a Clockwork that's completely shut down, why not? But, you know, he feels like he should better. He's going to farm faster in the jungle, get faster levels, and those supports are going to also have a good game. I think it's fair enough when you're against a duo offensive. And you can see the second ward on the bottom lane. So now they went for the ward on the right. That's really a ward to see aggression. And they really don't want to get it D-ward. They want to give Era a good game.
Yeah, and so he's basically going to have permanent vision. And like you said, there's almost no chance this gets dewarded. That's a really unusual spot.
Yeah. And it's very smart, especially versus Darkseer offlane, because Darkseer pushes the lane all the time. And so with a sentry, you're going to have a troll farming under the tower, pressured and half HP probably because of the ion shells, with no vision of who's coming. So you really want to have a ward to see if they TP bottom. And actually, was it a smoke or?
It was a smoke. They have not scouted it yet, though, and they're still out of fog here. They might get Seal Kid.
With the guy's in trouble.
Arrow might be the one that gets caught. This could be really bad, losing the troll. No, the silence. Beautiful play by Seal Kid to try to turn this. They got to be careful about that. Lina ult gets off the Laguna, but this gives Quap time to arrive. Makes it a 2-for-1, and really salvages the fight. Nicely done by Seal Kid.
Yeah, very nice silence. I mean, it was quite hard for the Lina to get in range anyway. Like, if he goes in range of stun, he's gonna be in range of silence. They got the troll, so I guess it's still good for NiP. I mean, Quap had a region as well, so he can just go back to the mid lane full mana. Yeah, just good silence from Silkut.
So, what do you think we're gonna see as far as overall game plan goes here? Like, what's the respective strategies for each of these lineups moving towards the mid game?
I think PR are going to be very aggressive. The problem is Slark doesn't have such a good game, and I feel like if they could be aggressive before Naga gets sleep, they can really punish NiP's draft, at least early on. But they could maybe be aggressive with all the Slark, honestly, just with Lina Shaker.
Well, Slark is playing more aggressively. He got level 6 now, so he can jump in, do some damage, heal right back up. Just have the magic stick there to recover a bit.
In this game, PR is going to be on the offensive, and NiP is going to try to farm up. Troll is really one of those heroes that he needs a lot of farm early on, especially versus lineups like PR. They have a lot of burst damage and a lot of control, so Troll really is not going to have any impact in the fights early on. He needs a lot of items.
He is farming pretty well so far, as a Haster will spawn bottom. Mr. Anderson going to grab that and now heads towards the Darkseer. A bit of danger here. Does get off the surge. They still blink in. Committing the nukes as well. Do they have enough damage to get the kill? One more auto attack through the trees. They'll find him. Another good rotation here by the Queen of Pain. Limp, despite that early death, he's getting a lot done here in the laning stage.
Yeah, here it is. I mean, I still feel like he's a bit behind Lina. Yeah, Network shows it a bit as well. Like, Lina is having a really good game with the early kills, and he's farming quite well. He also pressured the mid tower heavily. Like, you can see the Quap TP'd bottom to get a kill, but look at the mid tower, it's actually almost gone. So really nice play from DTRA, taking advantage of the situation. It's gonna have Yules pretty soon as well.
And then life gets tough for your Queen of Pain.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, especially because Clockwork isn't 6 yet, Naga isn't 6, so actually no one can save him. He just can't stand mid.
Are they going to
Shaker's
defend
behind.
this? It looks like they're bringing the Naga. No Psalm, though. Can they hold the
TP
tower?
from the
Queen of
back.
Pain low on terms of mana. They do have the bottle pass off, but it's already too late. Tower gets denied, though, so that's nice for Limp. But still, it is down now, and the Radiant jungle a little more exposed.
Yeah, very good deny though. It was important. And after the stacks, now he's not gonna have Euls yet, but it's getting closer and closer. And you see that ward bottom, like that ward is so smart. And you see the sentry as well. It failed to D-ward, so they think they don't have lane ward, you know. So they're gonna go for moves that could really backfire versus Clockwork, because you know if NiP is ready and you don't know they are ready. When you know they're ready, you're ready to disengage and stuff. But here they're gonna feel like NiP has no clue, but they actually do. So I could see a lot of deaths for PR on the bottom lane. Really smart ward. That ward is gonna do so much for NiP.
Yeah, it gives Era so much confidence as well. He's just up at the tower, unafraid, and now has the ultimate as well as phase boots complete, so he can start to be the engine for the push here if NiP want to begin putting pressure on towers.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yeah.
under
The Skywrath here, almost level 6. Just needs a couple creeps. They may get aggressive.
Slark is catching up a bit, so that's quite good for him.
Dire's bottom
What do you
tower
think the,
Yeah,
the
the
Slark
rock
build
card.
this game is? Do you want to go for something like a Midas? Is it a more aggressive Blink or Shadow Blade game? Do you rush the
I
Scotty?
think Blink. I actually like a lot Blink in this game, especially because he has Darkseer, so he's gonna have Iron Shell, and he's just gonna set up for the Darkseer, you know. Like I feel like when you play with Darkseer Shaker, you need to have someone that just goes in. Ilina too actually Lina benefits a lot from someone opening the fight for her, so she can position
Even if
herself
the
like she
Slark
wants.
dies, like just having someone up in front who's causing havoc, basically.
I really feel like Blink could be great. Like they're just gonna try to kill the Slark and stuff, and Darkseer's gonna get a really good vacuum wall. And now they're all missing. NiP is pinging like crazy. It really feels like they know. Like really nice awareness and nice read from NiP. Era TP top. Like that's honestly flawless play from NiP.
Oh, they actually
The
want to go
perfect
in on the
decision.
top lane, but that's a
Radiant's
tough
Yeah.
call.
bottom tower is under
It's perfect.
attack.
Like they can't fight them and they know, so they're like, let's just take the top tower, right? Let's let them waste time bottom, and it's extremely smart from NiP, honestly.
Yeah, it really feels like NiP has just good decision making and awareness this game, and Yara will begin to push that tower. Still doing a lot of
Bottom
map
tower
control
is
and
under attack.
general damage to structures, despite NiP dodging away from these fights. It is costing them
Yeah.
some objectives.
It's gonna be a tower for a tower. I don't think that PR can defend the top tower. I really don't think so, or it's extremely risky. I don't know, actually. Darcy TP'd. I really feel like they can't. I hope they don't go there for them.
Will they try to hold the tier 2, I guess is the question.
Oh,
But
Dire's top tower
Definitely.
has
The tier 2, they're not gonna let it fall. I don't even think NiP is gonna go for it.
yeah, they're
They
already
need to
backing
get
off.
Naga.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah.
tower is under
And
attack.
the good thing is that PR can't Rosh.
Dire's middle
Usually
tower
when you
is
go for
under
those trades, the problem with the Dire team when they're stronger is that they go for your safe lane tower. So what you're gonna do what NiP does, but what might happen is that they can go Rosh right away after. And you're out of position and they're stronger, so you have to give it up. But I mean, it's very early in this game, so it's not gonna happen. And PR have bad Rosh potential, so it's definitely fine for NiP. Good trade.
Yara now with that Yule Scepter that you mentioned completed. He's also got a haste turn bottled. Could be a good time for the Power Rangers to look for a fight. So we can see the
What is
ward
going
placements of
Yules?
NiP could come into play here.
Uh,
They've got one scouting the Slark. Of course, he's great for this dewarding. He probably knows there's a ward in the area. In fact, does start painting, but looks like they may be slightly off. They're trying to figure out exactly where this ward is.
Clark is going for Midas. I really don't like this decision from him. I think it's a very bad decision. We'll see if it pays off. I really don't feel like Midas is the item in this game.
Oh man, Yara's in
He's gonna
deep. He
be
baits out the Psalm as well as 2 TPs. Tried to go for the solo kill there. Will they catch him? Oh, they just got him with the hook. Unison Fun comes rushing in. Follow up Scarlet Mage ult secures the kill. Felt like maybe the Lina could have just ran away, but does end up getting clipped there in the end.
Yeah, that was very bold to say. Created with his life. But he
His
just-
creating space
he
for the
forced
Slark, I
it.
guess, is the idea, but
Yeah, he actually did. Created some space for the Darcy as well to farm up. Darcy is rushing
Dire's
4-staff
middle tower
instead
is
of
under
mech.
attack.
It's interesting. I mean, obviously Clockwork is very good versus Darcy, so 4-staff is definitely an item for him this game.
so they'll have a bit of a counter here for the cogs, at least on him. The Shaker, meanwhile, working towards a blink, but also just, frankly, working towards some levels. Still not level 6.
Yeah.
14 minutes in. This is, of course, the downside to all that early roaming is Sometimes you got to play a little catch up.
Yeah, and it's those situations with Shaker, but sometimes like you end up having a decent game, which he's having. I mean, having 1k gold and Arcanes right now is quite decent, honestly, but he doesn't have any levels. So I would have loved to see 2 levels in Aftershock, because he might get his Blink when he's level 7. And level 1 Aftershock is really not what you want to have with Blink, because you can't chain stun people. You need level 2 Aftershock to be able to just chain stun or lock down a single target. So
yeah, you know, I've seen sometimes for the offlane Shakers, Chrissy from Fnatic comes to mind. Is he'll go for this 2-2-1 build, and it gives him a lot of solo kill potential in the offlane
it's very good.
quite early.
Yeah, it's great. It's great build. I think it's actually better than the 3-1-1. I like it more, at least.
Seems like the 3-1-1 is more the support build.
They're gonna kill him bottom, and I don't think there's anything they can do about it. Era's dead.
Era will get caught out. They're also trying to make a go here on the Slark. They do get off that silence. Free to pain ult as well. So both carries getting blown up across the map.
It's the exact same play all across the map. It's actually funny. And I wanted to say, like, it's really funny that co-op hero. Every player has his trademark build on the hero. I mean, S4 goes Orchid every game. Lin goes Yules every game. Some players go, like, they go Aghanims first item. Spikecat used to go Hex first item. It's very... It's funny. Every player has a different understanding of the hero.
And not even just the first items. Like, to further your point, you know, I know Fada was really big on the spell casting quap, where you get, like, the Ags, Refresher, Hex, BKB, and you're just, like, a big source of control and team fight damage. Then I've seen other players will go for more of the, like, right-click quap, where you get the Assault Cuirass, potentially more of a tower pushing style, like a damage item or two. So it feels like one of those heroes that, I mean, I don't know if all the builds are equally good, but it seems like almost anything can work if you play it right.
Yeah, definitely. I agree for sure.
Like, do you have a preferred build, or do you just think it's always situational as to which is best?
I prefer the S4 build, but that's my opinion. I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like this Orchid, if it's in the right hands, can do so much in many games. I mean, it completely shuts down a hero, and it allows you also to blink very offensively, because you're gonna get rid of disables. You know what I mean? Like, you're blinking versus Kyra's troll, for example. You know you're fine. Actually, like, it's not the other lineup, but you're blinking versus Lina, Shaker. You know you're gonna nuke one, silence the other. I just feel like you can be more aggressive with the co-op, and it's more carry-ish, I'd say. I personally don't like the Yules at all on co-op. I think it's very defensive. But yeah, it's just my opinion.
What do you... I mean, I wonder what it's for this game. I guess just to maybe mess up the Lina combo, but there's no silences on Arc.
Honestly, I think it's just to survive. I think he just wants to make sure he doesn't die, and he can snowball. Like, he blinks in,
the
he
troll,
heals himself.
so I guess he's always going to have extra damage from the ultimate. That attack speed.
He's very afraid of, like, Rubik. They do have a lot of disables for him, so he's afraid of this. He just wants to make sure he survives, so he's gonna blink in, probably use himself as soon as he sees someone going for him, and blink out again.
I imagine if Power Rangers watch this replay, they're gonna have their eyes fixed on this bottom ward. It's now the second time they've planted it down 7. Doesn't seem they're any closer to dewarding it.
I mean, it gave Era a very good game, and this luck we really haven't felt like his impact at all, and he has the Ogre club, so he's going for either BKB or SNY.
The ward's gonna lead to a kill here, perhaps with the net command. No, force the double TP. Their hand both get cancelled. Well, space created.
And that's another ward. They placed it again. Oh, okay. I mean,
yeah. That's what I was just saying. It's
Oh, okay. I thought it was still the same.
No, he snuck through the trees this time and plants it over.
Right.
It's doing work, man. It sets them up there to force 2 TPs. It gave Era the free farm that you mentioned.
It really is. And
MVP ward so far.
Oh, actually, Jonas fan is looking for the Shaker.
Oh, he's so close to the Blake. Rocket not gonna connect though. That's key.
So close, and they're actually gonna turn. They're gonna go for him.
He does hook in.
He
found the Shaker. He might be able to kill him even before the support survive. So Clutch thought he had him. Jonas Fun delaying the Blake Dagger. Now popping the Blade Mail, trying to survive. The Cogs get stolen, and Jonas Fun keeps on getting bounced back off of these, but the song will cancel that TP. Handskin joins the fray, and they're going to lose the Rubik now as well, it seems. Out comes the Scream. Shadow Strike there as well. What a disaster for Power Rangers.
instantly 5 heroes for NiP. So, I mean, losing the ribbing doesn't do so much, but it's really a big kill for the the Shaker kill is so huge. It was his blink, and those timings are really
Radiant's bottom
important on
tower
Shaker.
is under attack.
He
Very
could have run away
unfortunate.
too. They
just,
really thought they had that.
yeah, it's just mistimed. Like they got the kill, but he went in a bit too early, so Clock just jumped on him before he could get any spell off. And I mean, Clock versus Shaker.
And now objectives.
You
They're gonna
so.
take the tier 2 top, it seems. Popping the troll ult. And boy, would you love to have a blink right now when they're sieging, but okay, I guess they'll force out the glyph. Can't take the
Look at
tower
this
this time.
Like they're trying desperately to find this ward. I mean, this
This
ward
is
is really the story of the
frustrating.
game so far. They sentry again. They're like, this is not possible. Like they must know. And look at actually NiP's jungle. They placed 4 sentries to make sure PR had no vision, and they actually
They
had
also
vision.
missed. Oh my god.
I mean, the warding this game is so. It's so.
It's only 12 kills in 20 minutes. Not very action-packed, but the warding game is just fascinating to watch. I think going into game 2, if these teams, if they watch the replay, we're going to see like a completely different game.
Yeah, I mean, warding sometimes is so random. You know, you have those games where the ward is just on the edge of the sentry range, and it actually wins you a fight. Sometimes it's really, sometimes it comes down to luck a bit.
And
It's also,
especially,
that's how safe you play, right? Yeah.
it gives you this like super false sense of security, and then you get heavily punished sometimes.
But that's why also I feel like in high pressure games or whatever, you don't find the ward. You can never say that they don't have vision. If you de-ward, they don't have vision. You know what I mean? But if you never de-warded the ward, you know, you can't count on it, or you might lose the game for it. So just play as if they could have vision.
Oh, the Blake reveal! Big dunk on the arrow, follow up enchant totem. They're gonna back him back onto the other side, and he starts to run away, but Slark's here, missing the pounce. Has no TP. Era just roller skating his way towards safety, but he can't make it out in the end. The tower, not in deny range just yet.
The Slark so far, he hasn't been on top of the bounces yet, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll become scary at some point. He's going BKB first.
This is kind of an
I mean, it's
unusual
definitely a good item.
BKB first. We don't see this very often on Slark.
I mean, it's definitely great in this game, right? Because Clockwork by himself can shut him down, Co-op can shut him down, Skywest can shut him down. The sleep, to a certain extent, can be troublesome for Slark. I mean, it's a great item, but I just feel like, how is he gonna go on them? That's my issue. I guess he has Darkseer that can surge him. That could work.
Surge into
I mean, it's
pounce? Yeah, I guess, or someone else has to initiate. It seems like
Yeah,
that's
I really feel
basically
like having something to open the fight, like on Slack, Shadowblade or Blink would have been good as well. BKB is core for sure as well. Maybe he gets the Blink after the BKB.
Yeah, we'll see. For now, it's the early Midas, but then just a very defensive build and in general pretty passive play from Jackal. He has really been prioritizing farming and staying alive this game. It's much more Ditya Ra who's been the aggressor. Again, into the Radiant jungle, just confidently moving around, courtesy of the ward that has not been dewarded.
No, not yet. It just fade out. It just fade out now, but
That's pretty.
give
It's
them a lot
pretty
of space.
uncommon for an observer to last the full 7 minutes nowadays. I feel like.
yeah, people are really on point with the D ward nowadays.
I mean, maybe it's
And,
where you just
yeah.
get a gem at some point. Then again, they're not really using
Yeah.
these wards to get kills, so it may not be occurring to them like, oh shit, they have vision.
I really feel like a play for NiP could be the snipe Roche. I mean, it's obviously scary. You need to make sure they don't know, but they could go for a play, a 4-man smoke, for example, without the troll. Troll goes for Roche, and you just act as if you're 5 in the opponent's jungle with sleep, and you just disengage whenever someone shows up or something. Just be aggressive, sleep, TP out, and troll just gets Roche at the same time. I feel like Roche could do a lot for NiP in this game because PR, they have this one go combo, like Laguna, Vacuum Wall. If they blow everything on the troll with Aegis, they're gonna be in big trouble to fight.
Yeah,
So
those
Aegis is
are
really
long
important.
cooldowns and very important cooldowns.
Exactly, so Aegis does a lot for NiP in this game, and Troll obviously very good hero to get Roshan by himself.
It's a little risky, you know. There is this big team fight around the pit that maybe Power Rangers can muster. We saw Bambo yesterday with his blind blink echo catching 5, so it's always that chance. But sometimes you got to take those risks.
4-man smoke. He's gonna see the Skywrath with night vision. Skywrath didn't see him, now he sees.
And he hit a pounce. Oh yeah, got him.
Oh, they slept for this. This is scary. No, they can't get them. There's no way. Fisher?
Oh,
No.
Son
He-
almost wore off. That was pretty close actually.
one thing to know, the Fisher, I believe it's the maximum range on Fisher. Like you need to really use the maximum range. You can cancel the TP. A Naga that slept and goes for a TP out, you can cancel it.
Yeah, it's
But you need to
1400
use
on
the
the
max
fissure,
range.
and the song is 1250. So there is a little wiggle room there to fissure him from outside
It's really
of
hard.
song.
Yeah, it's not easy to execute, but it's doable.
Mr. Anderson.
And Troll has his BKB as well, first item.
Yeah, double BKB on the carries. Looks like they may be gearing up to fight here. De'Ara getting in the mid lane. He's got his Aghanims ready. Gotta be careful though. There's a blade mail. Oh, De'Ara gets caught. Don't use that Laguna, my friend. It's gonna hurt if he goes onto the clockwork. He does get pushed out of the cogs. Nicely played there by Cheshire Cat, looking to keep him alive. Elsewhere, the Echo Slam committed on into Limp, as well as Era, who still holds the BKB. Slark also with his own, but not using it just yet. The Lina ended up getting off her Laguna Blade, now hunting onto Handskin. This is a very broken up fight, and as the Rocky comes forth, Jackal continues to retreat. They don't have the silence to lock him in position. Handskin desperately trying to retreat, but De'Ara cobbles together a double kill. Now the TP bottom coming from the Queen of Pain, but far too late to salvage that. And I did neither of them BKB? Oh no, Slark did BKB when he ran away.
Yeah, I mean, really good play from the Darkseer. Like, first half Glimmer definitely saved the Lina. Lina was in big trouble this fight, but really nice items on Cheshire Cat. It definitely saved his mid laner.
Yeah, oh,
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't
he
think
did
any
glimmer
team
him.
really
That's
came
good.
out of top.
That definitely helped.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think any team really won that like initiation. It's just like trading kills, but nothing really big for now. It's very uncommon to see BKB first item on both carries in a game nowadays. Like BKB, since the changes, is really like people really see BKB as a late game item. I feel because you know you get your BKB that early, you're secure to 5 seconds BKB, 35 or let's say 35 to 40 minutes into the game, and it's really something you don't want to have.
And unfortunately, especially for Era, he's up against the Aghanims Lina now, so we'll see how much the BKB actually helps him in these upcoming fights. It's, what is it? It's still level
Actually
2 ultimate, so it's
item.
about half his health. A little bit
So
less.
scary versus Troll, actually, when you think about it, this Aghs Lina. So scary. But I mean, when you play versus this Lina Shaker, honestly, it's... They can kill any... You're never safe. Like, whatever items you have, you're never safe.
Yeah, even if you have the BKB, just the Blink Echo, like, instantly can just chain stun you down.
Echo Laguna, you're gone. Like, there's nothing anyone can do. Even I don't even think that the sleep is fast enough. It's so fast.
And that's where it kind of feels like NiP need that second carry. Just having one versus a Lina Echo is a bit scary. But the Queen of Pain is a little more utility focused here, Seb. The Yules you point out early, now into an Aghs, not trying to be the big damage dealer.
Linken's. I'm pretty sure his sort of item on the co-op is Linken's, like most of the time. He goes Yules, Aghs, Linken's, and I don't know what he gets after actually, but maybe Shiva's. I mean, he's a very defensive player on co-op. Very defensive. And it's actually weird because he's extremely aggressive on other heroes, for example on Lina.
Yeah, Limp is really aggressive on Lina.
Yeah. He just has a different understanding of the hero. We'll see if it works for him this game.
For now, it's a pretty even game. Power Rangers with 1,000 gold lead, experience right at the 0 mark. So probably one of the closest games that I've cast in the past month or two. It's hangs in the balance. We haven't seen a Roche attempt yet. Still tier 1 bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like the Roche could have been contested a bit if they play around their cooldowns. But I mean, the problem is that PR, they don't have the best Roshing lineup and they don't have a medallion, so it's actually really tough for them to get Roche. Almost impossible. I mean, it is possible, but it takes too much time. And Lina is extremely fat this game. He has 3k gold again. I don't know what he's gonna get. I think he needs to get a BKB on this Lina. He really does.
So BKB and then, what, a Hex next, do you think? Or
yeah, I mean, later on, I'm not sure what he's gonna need, but for now, I feel like BKB is super core.
Oh, they're shelling up the Shaker, but there is a Naga illusion here. Won't be able to get in range for the Blink Echo, but again, the aggressive wards have come out. I don't think we really talked about these, but 2 more in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm looking at the Slark and he has almost 3k gold and I actually have no idea of what he's getting. I really don't know what he's gonna get. I still think
it's gotta be Scotty, right?
Very good. Yeah, probably. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't want to take a guess because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be wrong.
I say that and then he'll get like just a straight Abyssal Blade or something.
I hope he doesn't. I mean, he definitely needs attack speed. I mean, some sort of stats, but he also needs. I'm pretty sure he needs blink in this game. I don't know.
Okay, he doesn't need attack speed. Rubik's gonna steal the troll battle trance. It's fine, Seth.
Or that would be huge. Actually, it's
That
such
would
a
be
good
so
combination.
strong.
Or-
With the Lita
It's so
especially.
scary.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you use it during the ulti, and there's nothing you can do. He's just gonna get so much, essence shift stacks.
Battle trance
And
isn't
they're
really a
actually-
sexy spell steal. You're not like, oh, he stole black hole or something crazy, but it could be really good this game.
And for Lina as well, just imagine Lina with 3 stacks of Fiery Soul, and they're going on the Shaker. Such a good kill. And
So
they have
Clutch
many
is
kills.
so dead. Lina, oh! Diarrhea! Death by the blade mill. Well, you said he needed a BKB. He damn sure as hell will get one now, I imagine. Oh, goodness gracious me.
I'm really not sure how the interaction works between battery and Yules. I'm pretty sure that if you use the clockwork, you still get batteried, but at least they can destroy the cogs and try to run away. I think you should have used the clockwork in that move. It was a bit unfortunate. And obviously, you should
Instantly
have
the
taken
Aegis. That rush took maybe 10 seconds.
that was such a big. That was so big for NiP. I mean, such a big mistake.
Does seeing this
from-
troll make you miss your sniper troll Juggernaut 6.83?
I would always miss it, but I mean, no. I think we've had enough of those games. It's
Radiant's
fine.
top tower
100 games, it's okay.
Just these Mask of Madness, like, basher carries that are constantly chain stun you. Oh, God. I think that might have been worse
This is
than
awful.
Tinker Meepo.
Yeah, Tinker Meepo, then Troll Sniper, into now Leshrac, Bloodseeker. It's just right now you can't play mid in pubs anymore. It's impossible. Like every game you play, you're against Leshrac, Bonnie Honor. Like, and there's actually nothing you can do. I have tried everything, like everything. There's no way.
Okay,
just
so let me. I'm
get
gonna
wrecked.
listen. I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Seb. While the game's kind of slow, teams just moving around warty. Who are gonna be the broken heroes of 6.85? And so the cool thing is,
Well-
you know, if you get it wrong, no one's gonna remember, right? But if you get it right, then
I
you
don't
could
know.
say,
How
"Fucking
can I
man
know
told you
what they're
so."
gonna buff? Okay, I feel like if OD gets any sort of buff, he's gonna be one of the comeback heroes. I'm pretty sure OD is gonna be back in the meta. Because I feel like he's very strong versus the heroes that are actually used, like right now. OD is actually I mean, versus Lina it's so-so. I don't know, I didn't play the matchup enough to know, but it's definitely a good hero to have versus heroes such as Leshrac. I'm pretty sure OD can beat those heroes mid if he gets buffed a bit. Right now he's a bit too weak, but if he gets buffed a bit, I'd like to see OD back.
Okay, so you're expecting like the return of the Midas, like ultra hard carry mid OD, or how do you see him
Maybe.
being
I'm not
used?
sure how he can be played right now. I'm honestly not sure what's the way to play him. I need to see which kind of buffs he's getting, but that could be a way to play him for sure.
Okay, well, flashbacks to MLG Columbus, if indeed that's
Oh yeah.
the way things go.
I
The,
remember getting wracked by the OD.
yeah, the OD Clinks. That was the tournament of the
Gosh.
Midas single target carries.
Oh my god, we would play games of speed gaming and they had 4 Midas 10 minutes in.
Disgusting.
Well,
Oh, they
and
found
the-
one. Again, the Shaker getting picked off. Jonas Fons just had eyes for him. With him dead,
Honestly,
it's
I
tough
think
to
the
fight.
Shaker's a bit out of position.
Radiant's top tower
Oh, they're going bottom then. They saw that. They have sleep, so nothing's gonna happen. Yeah. That's the beauty of the Naga. You can, like, you're allowed to be out of position.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, the
looking to
song is
turn.
on
There's a
cooldown
smoke.
for 2
Very smart.
minutes.
And
You
they
get
have
the net
everything
off on
because
Slight.
it's Ags on both heroes. They have Hook and Sonic Wave. This is such a good move from them.
They're going for it, but Diarra does have his BKB, forced to pop it early, then he gets hooked immediately, trapped inside the codes. Diarra, nowhere to go, doesn't even Laguna, just panics and dies. Oh no, 2 down. They're pushing.
NiP is really outplaying PR right now. I mean, they're not even outplaying them actually. They're just taking advantage of every mistake PR does, and so far it's been the Shaker twice. He died 2 times and it was very crucial deaths. Like, he shows himself against Clockwork, and then he just dies. And then the fight from there is just impossible to take. So, they don't have buyback on Lina, CD BKB, but no sleep. So, I don't know. Maybe PR can still force something. They have Aegis on Troll still. It's such a hard fight, honestly.
And the Ags is up on the Clockwork, so he can just constantly go after the Shaker. It almost feels like he needs to be smoked here to try and hold this.
Yeah, he does. Like, there's no way he's not gonna get anything done like this. Or maybe if they glimmer him, he's
Yeah,
dropping
that's
him.
true. There's no gem.
Yeah, the Rax is gone. There's nothing they can do. Like, those mistakes cost them so much. They lost one side of Rax. The game is not over, but I really feel like that's Slark. He went SNY. I don't know, it doesn't do so much in this game. I don't feel like the Slark had an impact. And honestly, Slark Darts here really can have an impact.
It's kind of a late Sanjayasha, and well, we just haven't seen him fight. He's won 1 and 3. He's basically just been hitting creeps all game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because, like, I'm not blaming him because it's also a tough Slark game. It really is. But, I mean, considering the game the Clockwork had, for example, I mean, you know, Clockwork Blade Mail versus Slark it's quite scary if the Clockwork gets a fast Blade Mail and everything, but I just feel like they could have, because the Slark is not the X factor in this game. I feel like PR's lineup, they don't really want Slark to kill people. They just want Slark to open the fight, you know, make them use some spells on him, and then they're just gonna wreck them with like Shaker, Darksphere, Lina. They have so much AoE damage. But the Slark is not setting up anything.
It hasn't really been a very aggressive game from Power Rangers, and the one hero that's been getting aggressive, that's Ditya, often to his own demise. The Shaker getting caught out a couple of times as well. They're down 1 lane of Rax now. Not out of it yet. There are still tier 2s mid and top, but Era tanks up. He gets a beefy item here in the Satanic. No more Aegis on the Roshan. 3 minutes off respawn.
Like it's gonna be a troll with Satanic and with the Solar Crest, so Butterfly on him. Like Slark actually can't touch him. He does nothing to troll. Like literally nothing. I just feel like NiP can go Rax. I think they can end the game actually. If they get the Solar Crest on the Naga. Oh, there's a Hex on the Dark Side. That's interesting. Wow, where did you get that from?
Yeah, he's farming pretty well here.
Yeah.
Could be a difference maker. But there are a lot of BKBs
They're gonna smoke
available.
themselves. Alright, that's a 4-man smoke. They're gonna go on them from behind. And I think it's definitely the way to go because the way NiP wants to fight, oh god, that's not. If they get killed by the
That's not the angle, Ditya. Oh, he does get up on the high ground just barely, but now Naga's here ready with the song. Throws out the net. There's the Blink Echo. Did he get it off? What a combo! Beautifully done by So Clutch. Rubik tried to glimmer, run away. BKB was popped, and jumping in is Jackal. This could be the opening. Era getting caught out a little bit. Now hexed up. Can he get the Satanic BKB off? No, siree! Era changed on Power Rangers. A miraculous fight. Braiding down 3, only costing them the Shaker. Well, you talked about it, Seb. The power of the Echo. If he gets that jump, nobody's safe.
Those instant disables, like it's so strong. Like, oh, Ditya just surviving. Actually, he tried to go for it, Innocent fan. That was very.
He's going back
nice
in.
Try. Yeah.
Rocket. Oh.
Yep.
I think he might have still been glimmered there.
I mean, this instant disable into Laguna, it's actually so scary to play against. Like, you see the animation, like the poor Hanskin, he tried to cast the sea, but there's no way he gets it. And also very nice play from Tushikat again. I mean, that guy is such a good player. Like, to me, he's one of the best offlaners in the West. He's always been, and he holds on his Hex because he understands that he needs to Hex Troll. Because Troll can turn the fight by himself, so he just baited Troll to, you know, come closer because he didn't see the Hex, and then they just killed. That's that clock.
Speaking of the Hex, it's going to pay off here once again. Jonas Font doesn't even bother popping the Blade Mail. He'll go down again, and I mean, Era didn't get off. They just didn't get off anything that fight, but it was so dangerous by PR. They walk up the hill. Like, imagine if the Naga's already here in position, gets off the song. Could have gone completely the other way, but the risk pays off.
Really could have. But they got so much from this fight. Like, PR got so much. I actually think the game, it's not even yet. NiP is still ahead. But if Slark gets a bit more, like 1 or 2 kills more maybe, or a bit more farm, the game might be even. Because we're reaching the point where I feel like Slark can actually out-carry Troll. He needs, I feel like Slark versus Troll, you need a basher on Slark. You just need to basically, you know, get a lot of stacks during your Shadow Dance, and then you keep on bashing him. Like, there's nothing Troll can do actually to fight back, I think. He needs basher, he needs MKB as well because of the Solar Crest, and he might need Butterfly. So he needs a lot of items this game.
Yeah, so, I mean, you get those. The other item that I think is really underrated on Slark is, you were talking about how BKBs are, generally you get it early, you've got the low cooldown BKB. I think Refresher is really good on Slark because you refresh the Ultimate, the Abyssal, and the BKB all in one go.
Yeah, the Illidan build, it's great. Actually, if he has Refresher, he probably doesn't need all of... I think Refresher is actually as valuable as the list of items I gave earlier. I think it's such a good item to have, but I mean, right now is a bit early to get it, obviously, because he only
We're talking about him having 3 more items, but he's only got gold for 1 here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Refresher is such a good item on Slark. It's such a good item. And they're smoking for Roche. That's a very ballsy play, because if PR knows about it, It could really backfire.
They're just so
but it's
damn
so
fast. This is like less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is just troll plus solar crest. Yeah, whatever.
Well,
That was 10
there
seconds.
used to be a rock man there.
Radiant's top tower
Now let me
is under
ask you,
But I
do
feel
you,
like-
do you think they
Yeah.
can take a second lane of Rex with this? Can they just like go down mid and,
I-
and try to end the game?
Honestly, I don't think it's so easy. They need a pick off, and okay, now Darkseer is gonna. Wow, they didn't see him. That was so close.
They're just so
And he
they're
actually has
so
no
aggressive
perks.
with these movements, just like sprinting on the map. I hope they don't have wards. Oh
But that
man.
guy's crazy.
Radiant's top
Wow.
tower is under
First the
So
Lina,
close.
now the
That guy's
Darkseer.
crazy. I just feel like there is a way for PR to take the perfect fight and to team white NiP. That's how I feel. When they pushed bottom racks, I felt like there was literally nothing they could do. But I really think that if PR has the right execution, if they smoke behind them or something like this, they could take the fight. What NiP is gonna do, they're just gonna have the troll frontlining with Solar Crest, and I don't think PR should take the fight.
Oh, they stole
Like-
it. They got the battle trance. This could be really
Oh, wow.
big.
They need to open the fight on others. They need to ignore the troll. Just stun him and ignore him. If
They
they
have the
take the
glimmer.
fight like this, 5 on 5, it's not gonna happen.
He gets the lift off. Probably gonna pop the battle trance here momentarily. Getting the stun as well. Where is it? He's still not using it while Slark goes in. We'll end up backing off.
Nice use.
Just
from
hangs on to
top.
the stall
Really
for
nice
now.
use. Very good use from NiP. They would have killed troll once with the Laguna. So
Yeah,
They say
yeah,
Vegas
he was
used
really
any-
close to the threshold actually.
yeah, I think PR needs to go. They really do. They can't. If the tower falls, it's gonna be even harder. They need to open the fights on the others.
No radiant vision of this Earthshaker. He still sits up. They pull him back with the force step, jumping him over the wrong side of the fissure. Now Arrow runs in, popping the BKB. The stolen battle trance can be used here. And there's the song. Almost enough. They do get the kill of Mr. Anderson. Not protected by this. And now zapping down the troll. Oh, that's going to be tough if he goes down a second time. Do they have the firepower? BKB, Era rushing forward is going to be able to bring down the Earthshaker, but can he get more out of this? There's the two-hero hook. Jonas Fan stalling the push, but now it looks like they may need to get out. The Iraz getting more aggressive. Jonas Fan also retreating, and they will back out in the end. So an Earthshaker for a Quap and an Aegis. Pretty good hold here.
Yeah.
They do not lose the Rex.
Pretty good hold. Pretty good hold from PR. Didn't look so good at the start, but really good hold. For some reason, I don't think Clockwork got an angle to go in when Quap went in. So he ended up not being able to hook. That's mainly why PR got such a good fight. It's a bit unfortunate because Shaker could have survived as well. Actually, the Darkseer had Force Staff and Glimmer, but I think it just happened too fast. Like the Troll did so much damage that he didn't even get the time to use an item. But Shaker is probably a bit upset about it. But well, it's just a Shaker death. It's not so. It's not a big deal. And Slark went for the MKB, by the way, as the first choice.
Yeah, he's respecting that Solar Crest as well as a potential butterfly
Yeah.
for Era.
And it's also it's a Solar Crest and the disarm from Troll. It's both.
Yeah, that's good. That's true as well. Like, sure, you could debuff it, but
Yeah.
even a split second of not being able to hit could really make the
Yeah.
difference.
Definitely, and also you need to watch out. I mean, you need to use sometimes your dive pack for other reasons, and if Era plays it well, he can just wait to see the dark pack animation and then use the axes. So definitely a great item to get this game, MKB. I feel like he needs a Basher now, and maybe before the butterfly. I feel like Basher now is actually very good for him.
Yeah, double damage on
smoke.
Era. This could be it. They're trying to track some heroes down in the mid lane. Cheshire Cat may end up getting caught out here. They've got the hook shot available, and they will connect with this. There's a 4-step, there's a Hex, but he doesn't get anything off, and even through the Glimmer Cape, he'll just get blasted away here by the
He has
nukes of the
buyback
Scarlet
and everything
Mage.
ready. And they have Echo. I mean, this could backfire for NiP. They have Sleep though, but this could really go PR's way. Oh, he bought back right away. That's a good decision, I think. Because I feel like if NiP sets up on the high ground, it gives vision for the Clockwork, and then the fight is just so hard for PR. You shouldn't be able to high ground versus Darkseer Shaker, honestly. If the team with Darkseer Shaker plays it right, I feel like they shouldn't even let you get to the high ground.
And you can see NiP, they just wanted to force the buyback. They did not actually want to break the base yet. They're respecting
Yeah.
the combo.
Such a scary combo to push against. Roche is gonna be the most important thing in this game. It's gonna be so important for both teams, I know.
Power Rangers can actually do it pretty quickly with the Lina Slark. Maybe not quite as
Yeah,
fast
no-
as NiP, but
Yeah, the Stark is bad enough. Like, they can get Roche easily now. it's very easy for them. They just need to
He's
take
got the
control of
Basher gold
area.
if he wants it.
They really need Slark to go walk around Roche Pit and just make sure they don't have wards. I feel like this ward could win the game for NiP. Like, they really need Slark to de-ward this area right now.
Yeah, he's
And
pushing
he
up
went
the top
Hex on
lane.
Swap. Great item this game. A really nice item for Quap. He went Blink on Clockwork. Wow, that's very aggressive. He didn't get the angle last fight, and he's probably very frustrated about it. So he wants to make sure he gets a good angle to hook.
The other interesting thing that you can do with the blink daggers, you can like blink in, cog them, and then just hook yourself away.
Yeah, or you can hook and blink out right away as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
the
as
other way
well.
around
So,
is
you,
good
so
as
you,
well.
you have like an escape plan basically. It's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
it's pretty good. When you have Ags, I mean, so you can initiate again. It's a very nice item, and I also really I actually like the blink on Clockwork. I think it's a very nice item, and the blink on Naga is such a nice item to have as well.
Just
You
for the
make sure you
instant
can
Son
get the
setup,
best
or
escape.
why do you like it
Yeah,
on the
it's
Naga specifically?
It's because you can position yourself, like, you can actually make sure that there is no way they kill you before the fight starts. So sleep is just more reliable, because you play this Naga, the opposing team, they're not dumb. They know that sleep is gonna come, so they can't kill whoever they go for unless it's the Naga. The Naga is the safest kill, because obviously the Naga can't sleep, you're gonna disable her. So when Naga has blink, you know, like, the troll knows that Naga is gonna sleep. Like, he's never gonna die. He's never gonna be like, I'm stunned, I can't sleep, stuff like this. That might happen if the team, if PR plays it right. They're just gonna try, you know, one hero is gonna look for the Naga. It could be the Rubik, just some simple, just lifting the Naga while they're killing the Quap or whatever. And
Gotcha.
but I mean, when you have Dagger, it's never gonna happen.
Unless you're really out of position, but so far
Yeah,
we haven't
easy.
seen Naga getting caught. Handskin has always been able to get off the song.
Yeah.
Aside from
And
the
it's
one
also
fight in the Dire Jungle, which they lost pretty badly. So
The blink, or the offensive blink as well. Like, you can catch, like, the range of catch is just insane. So blink is just such a nice item for Naga. It's honestly one of the best items on the hero on Naga support.
yeah, your catch range is 2,500 roughly, which is like a screen and a half, I think, almost 2 screens.
It's insane. Yeah. And there's also this play with blink that you can go for is, let's say for example, you know that PR is defending base, but they're, you know, far on the right. You could just like blink, sleep them, and go for the top ranks or stuff like this. You know, like there are very nice plays that you can go for with blink.
Era, he's the siege engine here. He does have a BKB, 3,400 health on this fella.
Oh, what? Oh, BKB, they're gonna go on the Clockwork. Nice kill.
Jackal
Oh, that
did
was
commit.
a bit
He
off
jumped
target.
in. BKB got the first kill. Clockwork down. They're not
went
done
for
yet. They
Guardian
solemnly look
Strike.
to retreat, and it looks like they should make it out here. Jackal in pursuit, but he won't find anyone.
Era's gonna check Roche. I think he's gonna walk through ward. No, he's not gonna check Roche. Okay. Nice initiation on from the Slark. I don't really know how he got the Clockwork there, but because he doesn't have any way to get on him, like he doesn't have Blink or Shadow Blade, but he probably
I
saw
think
him.
he got
from the high
he
ground.
got fissured, and then he just ran and pounced
Oh.
in. It looked like.
Okay. Very nice.
I didn't
catch.
actually catch the start either. That would just be my guess.
I mean, that Slark is getting huge, honestly. Now he's really huge. He's as fat as the Troll is, but I really feel like Slark can have a good game versus Troll. So we'll see if they get into a one-on-one at some point.
Well, they are setting up around the Roche pit. You mentioned the importance of this next Aegis, and it seems this time Power Rangers may look to contest. They get a Lotus Orb now on the Darkseer. He's getting
What is that
a lot
for?
of farm.
That's for the Hex, the Silence, I guess. The net, maybe? I don't think it removes the net. I mean, the Blink on Rubik is actually a bigger item than people might think. I feel like someone needs to set up the fight. Like, for all those heroes, someone really needs to set up the fight, and it's gonna be the Rubik with the Blink lift. Because when you play versus Shaker Lina as a troll, you get lifted, you're pressured, because they can actually kill you, you know, on the lift. So it's a lot of pressure on NiP when this Rubik just casually lifts someone, you know. It's very scary, actually.
It's another hero that can just instantly get someone killed, same as the Shaker.
Yeah.
So it gives them that
It's
that X
very
factor.
important for, yeah, those setups are so important for PR, and it might win them the fight. Like, just this blink lift into see what happens. You know,
Oh,
like,
they are going to jump in here. Immediately, Jackal rushing forward. Son is ready in 1 second. can pop it if he wants to run away. And oh, after the smoke gank,
Smoke.
they're showing the
Gonna
Slark,
go
but they've
back
got to know there's more here. And So Clutch goes in, gets the 2-hero fissure. Era, meanwhile, on the backsides will bring down the Lina off the bat. Has a buyback available, not opting to use it just yet. And the Slark, as well as the Troll, are just man-moding all these cores. And now the real fight begins. Era ever so taking, getting the bashes. Slark will pop his ultimate. He doesn't have a whole lot of stacks going here, though. Hex Era as well still holds the Satanic. Can they chain stun him? Yes, sirree! With the Echo, they get the job done. Era has the buyback. Down for 90. This may be the Roche if it's respawned, and indeed it has. 3 for 3 there. But Slark wins. And now Slark might get Mr. Anderson. Hookshot coming through. He still has the BKB
crazy.
ready. Never even had to pop this. The bash, the kill. Ends up bringing him down just that MKB mini stun. Enough there.
Yeah, you can't really go for display. Like as soon as you cop one, and I was like, it's really tough. Honestly, the Slark has so much stacks. Like, just eat. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Cute.
That's fine. But I mean, the Slark is he's so scary right now. Naga's gonna be back with the sleep though. I actually think that NiP can do something about this. Yeah, okay. He's not getting Roche. It's a smart decision from him. I just feel like that Slark needs a way to go on them. It's actually so sad when you see the Slark running in like daytime and trying to pounce on someone. It's not gonna happen. Like, it's really not gonna happen.
Yeah, he basically only gets on the Troll there because the Troll runs at him. And if Era had gotten an extra bash or two, might have gotten him killed.
But he's so scary, like, and we saw that Troll versus Slark. Obviously, the Darkseer helped and he got Echo and everything, but I just say that because I'm pretty sure everyone thinks that Troll is a very good hero versus Slark, which he is. But Slark can actually fight him back if the spells are used properly.
Especially in like this ultra late game stage where you can't reliably chain stun him down.
Yeah. The late game from PR, just this Shaker, you know, this Shaker in late game is so scary to fight against. And they're gonna try something. They're gonna sleep into things.
Glimmer Blink Song, here we go. The Roche is almost dead. Can they snipe
Perfect
it?
timing.
Hanskin's gonna try to set this one up. The Roche ever so low. They do snatch the Aegis. What a play. Still might cost them though, as Shaker jumps in looking to turn. He got the enchant totem up on 2. NiP trying to retreat. Lagunaing down another. The Aegis already cracked, and now Queen of Pain will immediately try to run away. Oh my goodness. Well, they got it, man. Was it worth?
What a nice day. He's gonna die though. But I'm not even sure.
I guess it's better than Power Rangers having it. Slightly.
Yeah, he has Echo. It is definitely better. But I mean, such a nice day. But that's also versus Naga. You might want to use your BKB whenever you're rushing and you feel like there's a chance Naga might come. This is why you use your BKB. It's not even 5 seconds soon, but it's gonna be anyway. I don't feel like it's a big deal to use it. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh god.
Troll
Era,
is in
he didn't
trouble.
BKB and that just split second, and now he's getting
so bad.
bashed. Mini bash, mini bash, mini bash. There's a real
They can
bash as
kill
well here, and Era hardly gets to auto
Sure.
attack. Slark just continue to work on him. Queen of Pain will find a kill elsewhere, but it's looking like the Slark is just gonna win the man fight at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Monkey, Basher, 26 stacks. This Slark at this point, Troll, there's nothing Troll can do against him because whenever he's not bashed, if the Slark plays it right, he's just gonna Shadow Dance and then bash him again. Like, Troll is just gonna try to kill him. I mean, Shaker was there to try to save the Troll, I feel, because he could Satanic on him, but besides that, he would have just died.
And you can't rely on the Satanic because if it's just the Slark and he pops the ult, you have nothing to lifesteal from, so...
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have
and
that.
You're gonna keep on giving him stacks. Like, one-on-one, I just feel like that Slark can just solo kill Troll, and there's nothing Troll can do.
He is saving for buyback,
Right
though.
now.
Jackal playing this safe. If
I mean, he
double
also
Lotus
farmed
Orb
a bit.
now.
I don't know why they buy so many Lotus Swords. It's great versus hacks, I guess, but I don't know. It's interesting. They double Lotus Swords.
Top tower has fallen.
It seems like, mostly just for the cleanse, more so than... Yeah, like everyone talks about, oh, you know, it's so great to like Lotus Orb like a Finger of Death or whatever, but it seems like it's mainly picked up for the purge aspect.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's a great way to deal with hacks. It's way better than Diffusal. Like, people used to go Diffusal back in the days. Sometimes you had some players that would build Diffusal against Hex, but the range is really awful, so...
And it
it's,
generally
yeah.
gives you nothing else that you really want on a support besides that
yeah.
active.
For sure. Oh, wow. Nah, but there's no way. He has a pistol now. He's just running at people, but... I mean, PR is doing a really good job at coming back in this game. Honestly, they took really smart fights. I feel like... yeah, I don't know. That fight mid did a lot for them, honestly. I'll have to rewatch the fight to see exactly what happens. I'm pretty sure Clockwork couldn't really get the hook, and It was unfortunate, but the game is still even. I mean, although PR is leading a bit now, I still feel like NiP could like destroy them completely. It's just about who opens the fight better right now. They have hexes on both sides. It's just a matter of initiation at this point.
There's a double hex on the Queen of Pain as Limp has completed the refresher. I don't know if we mentioned that before, but yeah, so double hex for him. You've got the Lotus Orbs to counterplay those, the Song for the big team fight, counterplay or initiation, and then the massive AoE that Power Rangers have. They do see the Darkseer here. Hook's going to come in, and Darkseer chain stun for now. Queen of Pain hanging on to that secondary ultimate. Will drop it now, has the refresher available, and now rearms the Hex. Tries to go to work, but Jackal, Shadow Dance, they can't focus him down. Era on the south side of the fight, the quad bolt again. Yara still alive in the middle of the cogs, and now Jackal's starting to really ramp up. 9 charges so far on the Essence shift, but rising rapidly. They still hold an Echo Slam here. He dunks immediately. Era now, he needs to get off the Satanic. He does get the bash going the other direction. They've stolen the axes. Can he get the blind? Rubik going in and finishing off the Clockwork. Madness, absolute madness. Jackal, he's trying to fight the entire enemy team. It won't be successful. It's up to Diyara, but he doesn't have a Laguna. It's on cooldown. Diyara, this could be a disaster for him. One more auto attack. He cheeses at the last second, stays alive. Everybody and their mother buying back. Oh my goodness. In the end, they force really a triple buyback out of the cores, and it's almost a Lina dieback.
That was really nice execution from NiP. I mean, the fight started so wrong for PR that Darkseer had no buyback. So if he died, it would have been awful. But great saves from whoever saved him. I don't know. He got, maybe it was himself, but the Glimmer forced out whatnot. Like he just survived, and then the fight was perfect for PR. Like it was such a good fight for them. But I'd say there were 2 major mistakes. The Lina decided to kill this Karas instead of killing the Naga for some reason, and then they had the sleep later on, which did so much. And that was just the example of why sleep is so good at this stage of the game. Is whenever they feel like the fight starts going badly for them, they just sleep, reposition. They saw the Darkseer that was, you know, by himself, low HP, and then like there's no way PR can win a fight. Like NiP has 2 chances and PR has none. Basically, I mean 1. The Stark really fought wrong though. I don't know. He wasted his ulti. He went for the Quap instead of going for the Troll. He tried to Abyssal the Quap, but Limp was so fast with the blink out that he just wasted all his spells. And then without ulti, it's really hard for him to fight.
This could be bad. Lina doesn't have a buyback available. Has to be careful. The Hook's going to come in. Can they focus Yara down? This will be a dieback if he ends up falling here. The Queen of Pain's on top of him. Doesn't have the ultimate for 10 seconds. Yara! No, he's down for the count, out of the game for 100. And NiP may have found their opening, but So Clutch comes in. He commits an Echo, and it's not really getting enough done. Doesn't even finish off Limp, who charges forward. They're looking for more here now till I collapse. Could be next. Jonas and Faunus found another 4 down. GG. Just like that, Power Rangers get blasted out of the map.
I mean, I have to say, I watched the last fight as well. Great execution from NiP, but that's like he has no way to open. Like he can't hit anyone, so he was just trying to run at them. He missed his pounce again, and pounce actually in the other direction, so he couldn't go for the troll. I don't know. I feel like you need a blink on that Slark, especially when you have Abyssal. You really need it. I felt like he had no impact in those last fights, and it's very unfortunate for PR because they came back on top of like really great fights. It was a very nice game though overall. Really nice fighting from both teams.
Yeah, and you know, like you said, Seb, it feels like it just came down to the initiation. NiP, the first fight, they get the hook on the Darkseer right away. They got the jump. Yeah. And that last fight, they get the jump on the Lina with the Hex again. So they just had the
I really feel like
the better catch, it seems.
Slark with Blink Abyssal in this game, like he can go on whoever he wants, and with the BKB, or he can even drop the BKB. You can even drop the SNY at this stage, I feel, and get a Blink and just go kill people. But yeah, we'll see what they go for the next game. It was definitely the initiation this game that won.
All right, guys. He's fucking mad, of course. I'm LD. We'll be back soon for that game number 2. You're watching the Alienware Summer's End Cup. Currently, Power Rangers trailing 1-0.